Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. This is Maria Moment. We will continue reading our book, Paradise Under Your Feet. Muslim Identity, Peer Pressure in the Social Environment. Peer pressure starts from a very young age, but it is more difficult to stay away from it in middle schools. As mentioned earlier, the middle school years are the more difficult ones because the peer group becomes increasingly influential, and various forms of peer pressure may be in operation. The peer group also becomes a source of information, and social connections become very important. Therefore, it becomes crucial to be aware about the type of information and encouragement that our youth received, and by extension, the kind of friends that they have. The best way to deal with peer pressure goes back again to keeping open communication with children and to empower them with confidence and knowledge. Children should be taught from an early age to be proud of who they are, and particularly of their Muslim identity. It is also important not to put children in situations where they might be faced with making a choice between friends and what is right from a moral, religious standpoint. This is where children need to know how to choose their friends and keep the company of the righteous. Teach your children the hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which says a person may adopt his friend, religion, or way of life. Hence, he should watch who he befriends. This hadith means that a person can be influenced by the way of life exhibited by those who he associates with. Therefore, one should stay in the company of the righteous. Bullying can be another concern during these years. Bullying can be very early, becoming quite widespread by middle school, and is not limited to physical abuse. Verbal, emotional, and cyberbullying are also common in many schools. Again, a mother's strong relationship with her child with open communication is the best way to safeguard children against bullying, as she would be able to pick up any change in her child's behavior that may be the result of being bullied. Bullying can contribute to students feeling socially isolated, worthless, or depressed, and the child may be too embarrassed to talk about it. Helping a child through a bullying situation can be complicated and requires collaboration between parents, children, teachers, and social counselors. As technology moves forward at lightning speed, 21st century parents are faced with a difficulty of placing their children in an environment which may seem like a place from outer space. To stay in step with the modern high-tech world, both mothers and fathers have to be extremely knowledgeable about the new gadgets and the social environment that surrounds their children. This may seem overwhelming to many parents, and in particular those who have immigrated from South Asian countries. In many immigrant families, the fathers are out of the house for long hours, often due to holding two jobs to meet financial needs. In such situation, the mothers are the ones who have to monitor the children's daily lives from morning till night. Thus, it is imperative that such mothers maintain a very open and comfortable relationship with their adolescent children and frequently talk to them about the going on in their lives. May Allah be our helper, all parents. We thank Allah Almighty that we've reached the identity of a Muslim child and the peer pressure. The book is telling us that when it's come to the middle school, this is where the peer pressure is very high. So it's very important that parents, you be open, communicated very strongly with your kids. You need to talk to them how they have to choose their friends, because at the middle school age, this is where the kids picked a lot of friends. So that is why he said there is a hadith that our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us that as Muslims we need to be very careful of choosing our friends. We need to choose a righteous friends so that we can also even copy from their behavior. So you need to explain all these things to your kids, that you need to be very careful as a Muslim child, as a righteous child, to pick a good friends that you can also learn a good things from that friend. And also, when it comes to technology, nowadays we see our kids with the cell phones, iPod, iPads, etc. It's very difficult for us as parents. It's Allah who is our helper. But through all this thing, you need to communicate very well with the kids. They have to be routine. They have to be timing of using these things. It's not easy, I know, but you need to be very careful as parents. Talk to the kids. Let them use it. Let them have a break time and go to their books, pray their salat. After that, they can also take their cell phones and play with their games. Some of our kids, they are addicted to the telephone that they can't even sit down. Even the book is telling some of the kids sit on programs and they will be messaging, they will be playing games. The telephone is not giving them time to concentrate. May Allah be our helper. Nowadays, 21st century parents, it is not easy for us. And also the book is telling that bullying, when your child go to the middle school, this is where sometimes the kids are bullied, and sometimes some of the kids, they don't even want to go to school. So this is why it's very important as a mother, you will talk to your child and you will know the situation the child is going through, so that at least you can talk to the school administration so that they can advise the kids and they can advise your child too. May Allah be our helper. Nowadays, training a kid is not easy. Parenting is not an easy task. So we need to be very, very hard so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us wisdom, knowledge, and encourage us more and more so that we can use all these things to raise our kids, for our kids to become righteous. Allahumma Ameen.